All right, so here we are. We're going to be replacing the CV axle because it's making noise. But as you can see, we've got ourselves a staked nut. So basically, you're going to have to undo that with a special tool. I made mine out of a cheap, like Harbor Freight air hammer bit. So as you can see, it's got a little bit of a curvature there. So basically, I can just slide it up in here like so, and then I hit it with my air hammer and I'll get that notch undone. For reference, this is what a new one looks like. So as you can see, it doesn't have the stake portion in it, where it, basically locks itself in there from backing off. But we're gonna try to make it look like that when we get it off. All right, here we go. So. And with that, it'll come right off. And if you don't do it correctly, you get a little bit of the grooves in it. But that'll be fine. We can clean all that up.
Well, what did you look at that? Look at that. Look at that.
Get your ass out of the way.
That's a little bit. It could get cleaned up with a what's it called?
No.
Thread rethreader?
No.
That actually might be part of the nut though.
Yeah, it's part of the nut. So I just got to clean that up.
I mean, you could chase it. We have chasers.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy is that one guy that said, "Oh, you don't have to do that. All you got to do is back it out and it'll open itself."
Yeah. Well, anyway, so a little bit of the nuts on there, but we can clean that off. Right, so as you can see, it came off. Wasn't perfect, but with the amount of, a little bit of nut material on there, basically the threads mixed up in there, you can actually clean that up with a little axle chaser. So you can clean all that up. Now, I'm not too worried about this because I am replacing the axle because it has an issue. But that would be basically how you would take it off. Now, if you did booger up the axle, you can always take one of these, like I said, thread chasers here. You just basically run it on there, and then you'll clean up the threads and it'll be good as new. And as always, remember to subscribe and like the videos.